VRS Design just sent me their whole case lineup for the brand new Galaxy Fold 7, and these cases cover your phone 360 degrees, so the phone's protected from drops and scratches. And not only do they look really unique, but they also have some function as well. And in this video, I'm going to be going through each one of these cases. We're going to see how they fit and how they feel, and by the end of this video, you'll know which one of these cases are right for you. So we've got the Modern Go, the Terra Guard Modern Halo, we've got the Terra Guard Active in a special Freedom Edition, and we've got the Terra Guard Active in a navy color. So let's get into it. So here is the VRS Design Modern Go 360. This is a wallet case. You can see that it's got the little cover for your cards right here. It also does come with a built-in tempered glass screen protector, which I'm loving more and more on these cases because it keeps every portion of the front part of the case nice and rigid, and it doesn't move out like some of the other cases do. Here is the back plate. It is made of all hard plastic. We do have a spring-loaded kind of hinge cover on the side here, and it's got like a soft touch kind of rubbery type feel. So the first thing we need to do before we install the front cover is to totally clean up our screen with the included alcohol wipe. And once your screen is all cleaned off, we can peel off the inside protector of the screen protector. Then just install this on top of your phone. The other thing I really like about this case is it doesn't use any stickers, which is nice. Then we'll put this into the back piece. Everything just kind of pushes into place. And there we go. Feels really nice in the hand. It's not grippy. It's got kind of like a smooth, rubbery type feel to it, but it is not slippery. You can see that it does add a little bit of extra bulk to the phone, especially because we do have the card holder on the back here. We've got a pretty good cutout for our volume and power buttons, which you can easily press. Again, we have that spring-loaded cover for the hinge on the side, which is nice. And on the back here, again, we've got the card holder that I think can hold maybe up to like 2 or 3 cards. Let's see. Now, these cards don't have any embossment on them. They're totally flat. So just keep that in mind. If you do use cards with raised lettering, you're going to be able to put less cards in here. So we've got 1 card here, 2 cards, 3 cards, maybe 4? Nope. Okay, so I think you can put like 3 cards in here. Yeah, 3 cards. So 3 flat cards will fit in there nicely. And you can see that it does have a little bit of an extra bump on here. And we'll also see if we can wirelessly charge with the cards inside. We do also have a slight raised edge around our camera lenses for some protection there too. On the top here, we've got our cutouts for the speaker and the mic. On the bottom for our charging port, speaker and mic. And then if we try to open up the phone, it definitely opens up a lot easier versus not having a case on your phone. It's actually got something to kind of grip onto. And also notice that the case does not move at all when opening and closing the phone. You can see that it has not moved one bit from the side, which is definitely a plus. And the case is also flush with the inside of the screen as well. That's what it looks like when it's open. Then if you need to access your cards, just kind of pop this open and you can take out all 3 cards if you need to all at once. Now let's see if we can wirelessly charge through the bottom here. All right, so here we have my wireless charger. Put it on here. So interesting enough, it does seem to wirelessly charge right through all the cards and the case itself. And let's check out the screen protector. You can see that it is a full coverage screen protector. It does cover your camera. Touch seems to be working well, and it is nice and clear. No issues with touch. We'll test out the bottom here. Everything seems to be working well from the top. Slides down without any issues. So you shouldn't have any problems with touch. The screen is also nice and smooth, just like the glass that's on the phone. And then as far as fingerprints goes, it does seem to do a pretty good job at rejecting fingerprints. There's just some minor smudges on the screen, which you can wipe away fairly easily. So that's pretty good. Now let's take a look at the screen as if we were looking at it through polarized sunglasses. And you can see that there's really no rainbow effect, which is definitely great for people who use polarized sunglasses. There might be like a slight blue tinge, but other than that, it looks pretty clear. So definitely a thumbs up for that. And then let's check out our front camera. Front camera looks nice and clear. Don't see any issues there. Now, one thing about the hinge on the side here, even though it is spring loaded, if you push it back all the way, it stays open. Not sure what that's about or why it does that, but it's just something that I wanted to note. But it does spring right back if you push it just a little bit, and you can see how nice and even everything is on the phone. Definitely a nice case. I like the way that it feels, and for the functionality of holding those 3 cards, it allows you to maybe keep your purse or your wallet at home and just carry your phone. And I also love the fact that it covers your phone 360 degrees, so pretty much everything on your phone is protected. And then as far as the case maybe popping off prematurely, you can see that it's on there pretty good. I'm pushing fairly hard and it's not popping off in the center. And it's not coming off on the sides either. Let's test out the other side. Same thing here, and same thing with the edges. And then let's test out the front cover, because a lot of the cases have this little thin plastic piece here that if you push on it, it bends, but this one does not. And the reason for that is because it's attached to the tempered glass screen protector, which is definitely a plus for me. Also, the movement of the case, well, it does seem to slide just a little bit if you put enough pressure on it. But for the most part, it doesn't seem like the case is moving. We do have just a little bit of gap here. You can see that it does slightly move if you push on it hard enough. But in a day-to-day use, I really don't see this case moving that much at all. But again, just something to keep in mind. And then here we have the VRS Design Terra Guard Active in their Freedom Edition. I think this looks really cool in the camo. This case has MagSafe built in, which is nice. And it also does have a tempered glass screen protector built in to the front part of the case, which I love as well. The back plate is made of a hard plastic, and it does have a spring-loaded hinge cover. And there's also a sticker in here that should keep the back part from moving, but in my experience, you don't have to use this back sticker if you don't want to. The case pretty much stays in place. So again, the first thing you want to do is to thoroughly clean off your screen before you put on the front cover and peel off the inner sticker. And we'll put our plate over our phone. Just snaps in place. And we'll put the back cover on our phone. And there we go. Again, feels pretty nice. It doesn't have a grip, but it does have like a smooth rubbery type feel to it. It does have a large cutout on the side for your power and volume buttons. On the top here, we've got all of our cutouts. Same thing on the bottom. Got that hinge cover on the side to protect our hinge. On the back, it's got that really cool camo pattern. Feels really nice too. We also do have the built-in MagSafe, and we have a rubber ring around our camera lenses for some protection there too. It also doesn't add a lot of extra bulk to the phone. I think it looks pretty cool. And as far as opening up, definitely a lot easier to open up your phone with the case on versus the phone not having anything on it. And also, the case does not seem to move even with opening and closing the case a few times, which is definitely good. And let's check out the MagSafe. Got our Qi 2 MagSafe charger here. Charges your phone immediately. And as far as the hold, it's got an okay hold on the back of the case. It's not the strongest I felt, but I think it's adequate to hold the phone on your charger. Don't swing it around too much because it might come off. But it definitely does seem to do the job. And then if we take a look at the inside again, you can see that the case is pretty flush with the inside of the screen, in case you're wondering. I do really like this case. It looks really cool. I do like the soft touch feel as well. And then if you're wondering about the case coming off, kind of push in the middle here, you can see the case is not coming off. On the sides, on the corner here, if you put significant amount of force, it will pop off, but in day-to-day use, it should not come off. On the other side, it seems to be on there pretty good. In the middle, it's on there nice and tight. And then as far as the front cover moving, again, you don't have to worry about this little plastic piece moving around because it's attached to our screen. And let's see if the front cover moves at all if you push on it. And the front cover will slide off if you put enough force into it. You can see right there. But it's on there pretty good. I think if you use this on a day-to-day basis, it's not going to slide off. But if you're trying to push the screen off, it will move just like that. But I think if you're using it on a regular day-to-day basis, just opening and closing your case, you saw that the front cover is not going to just move from the front of the phone. It's just something I wanted to note. And as far as the screen goes, again, it's nice and smooth. You can see that it is nice and clear. It also works really well with touch. No issues there. And as far as fingerprints goes, it does pick up some fingerprints you can see on the screen, but then you can easily just wipe those away. And as far as the front camera goes, front camera looks nice and clear. Don't see any issues there. And then for using your screen with polarized sunglasses, you can see that there really is not a rainbow effect on the screen other than a slight, like a blue tinge. But I think this is my favorite color case so far. And then here is the same case in a navy blue. I think this looks pretty cool. It's got that nice kind of metallic sheen to it. But I definitely think I like the camo Freedom Edition a lot better. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, we have the Terra Guard Modern Halo 360 by VRS Design. This also does seem to have a tempered glass screen protector built into the top portion of the case, which is a really good design because it helps keep this piece right here very rigid. On the inside here, it is just like a hard plastic. We also do have a fairly large sticker on the side here. It does have a spring-loaded hinge cover, which does seem to kind of stay open if you fold it back hard enough. Not sure why, but we'll find out in just a minute. And it also does have MagSafe built in. So the first thing you're going to want to do before you put this on your phone is to clean off your phone screen with the alcohol wipe. It does come with one because we don't want any grease or anything stuck underneath the screen when we install the screen protector. Then you can take your front case, peel off the sticker on the inside, and then place this over the top of your phone. Clips into place. Then we'll take our phone and put this in the bottom portion after we take off this one sticker here. Actually, you might not even need this sticker. It should just stay in there pretty good. So I'm not going to take off the sticker first. If it fits in there really well without the use of the sticker, I'm not going to take it off. And you probably won't even need it. So there it is on the phone. It feels pretty good in the hand. It feels very plasticky. It doesn't have a lot of grip on the spine here. There is a little bit of a grip on the other edge because there is some rubber. We also do have a large cutout on the side here for our volume and power buttons, which are still easily pressable. On the top here, we've got our cutouts. You can also see that it does add a little bit of extra bulk to your phone. Not much extra protection in the corners though. We have our cutouts on the bottom. You can also see we do still have a raised edge on the front of the phone. There is our hinge cover, which again can kind of fold open and stay that way. And on the back again, we've got a MagSafe sticker that you just want to remove because the MagSafe ring is underneath here. And we do have a rubber edge around our camera lenses for protection there too. It does seem like it comes up a little bit over the lenses, not a lot, but it should offer some pretty nice protection. Now, as far as opening the phone, much easier to open the phone now with this case on it versus just the phone in general because it does have that nice rubber edge. So that is a plus as well. And you can see that the case is also staying in place. It's not moving at all. You can see in the edges here, it's nice and flush with the phone. And like I mentioned before, you shouldn't really need that sticker on the inside because it's held in place really good on the phone. So that does look pretty nice. And let me open this up again. You can see the hinge cover right there. And if you push it back totally, it kind of folds open. Not sure why it wouldn't just kind of spring back, but it seems like when you open and close the phone, it does go back to where it's supposed to be. So that's definitely a plus. Now let's test out our MagSafe. MagSafe charges your phone immediately, and it seems to have a pretty good strong hold on here as well. So you shouldn't have to worry about the phone just kind of falling off your MagSafe accessory. Seems to be on there pretty good. This case does not have a kickstand, which I kind of miss. I like the fact that some of the kickstands are included. But let's take a look at the front screen here. It does seem like it does pick up some slight smudges on the screen, but not too bad. And as far as them wiping away, seems to wipe away pretty easily. And as far as the smoothness, it feels just like the glass that's on the phone. Touch seems to work fine. And the screen is nice and clear as well. This is also a full coverage screen protector, so it does cover your camera. So let's test that out. Camera looks perfectly fine. Don't see any issues there. And as far as the buttons on the bottom seem to work fine as well. And then taking your phone's menu from the top seems to work without issues as well. Now let's take a look at what the screen looks like as if you're looking at it through polarized sunglasses. And it doesn't look like there's any rainbow effect at all. So that is definitely a huge plus, at least for me, because I usually wear polarized sunglasses and I hate to see the rainbow on my phone screen. And just like some of the other cases, this edge on the side here does not move when you press on it. And that's because this little edge has a sticker and because it's attached to the tempered glass. So like a lot of the other cases that just have kind of like a flimsy front piece, this edge does not move at all, which is definitely a plus. At least it is for me, and it adds to the quality of the case itself. So definitely not a bad case. I would like to see a little bit more of a grippiness, maybe a rubber coated hinge cover versus just a hard plastic, because it would add to the grip of the case, but you still do get the grip on the side. It's got MagSafe built in, and it's going to protect your phone 360 degrees. And then let's see how much the case weighs. 77.3 grams. So I really love the brand new designs for the Fold 7. I also love the fact that they've included the front tempered glass screen protector, because it just helps the front cover be more rigid, because the phone's getting thinner and the front cover is getting thinner as well, and it makes it more flimsy. But that tempered glass makes it a lot more rigid and durable. And all these cases, again, are going to cover your phone 360 degrees, so it's going to protect it from drops and scratches. And I think my favorite case for this year is the Terra Active in the Freedom Edition. I absolutely love this camo color, and I do like the fact that the MagSafe is built in. I also love the wallet case as well, because that allows me to keep my wallet at home and just simply carry my phone. It's especially good if you're going to the gym. So if you guys want to pick up any of these cases yourself, I will be putting product links in the video description. And if you guys enjoyed the video and found it useful at all, please let me know by hitting that like button. I also recommend checking out my best and worst case video that I did for the Fold 7, and you can see that by clicking on the video you see on your screen right now. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.